St. Vincent de Paul of North Texas has played a vital role for some North Texans trying to stay safe in this just brutal heat. They've been providing utility assistance and also easy access to free AC units to people living in Lancaster and surrounding southern Dallas. They also have filled the gap for many uninsured North Texans in need of prescription medication, and their pharmacy is now celebrating a large milestone. So joining us here on the KRLD Afternoon News is Luis Gonzalez, the CEO of Society of St. Vincent de Paul, North Texas. Thanks so much for the time.
Thank you very much, Kristen. Appreciate it. And thank you for letting me be on the show today.
Absolutely. I think everyone can understand how tough this summer has been with the heat. And to even think that your AC goes out for a moment or that you don't have an AC unit that circulates cooler air throughout your home, it's just miserable.
It is.
Tell me a little bit about your mission there with helping these folks in Lancaster and southern Dallas and how this all came about.
Yeah, I'm happy to do so. We're very fortunate that we have partnerships with a number of other nonprofits, and certainly what we're trying to do is just help our neighbors in need. Like you said, Kristen, it's a lot of times we just take for granted that we get to work in an office building that's got air conditioning, that we live in homes that have air conditioning, and that we're all cool. But the reality is that we have so many of our neighbors that are around us that don't have that luxury. And so through a partnership with a couple of other nonprofits, and in working with our electric providers as well in the area, in the Metroplex, we've been able to provide not only free AC units for some residents in the southern Dallas County, but then also utility assistance for other neighbors to help with their utility bills. Because as you can well imagine, the electric bills are through the roof right now as everybody's trying to keep cool.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing. Is there are a lot of well-meaning people
Yes.
that will want to pass out fans to others, and when you're blowing around hot air, that's not necessarily helping. So having AC is a game changer.
Yes, absolutely. So the way this program, worked for us is we would have some of our neighbors would come to our center down in the Lancaster area, and they would register with us. They had to be able to provide for their own electric bills, but then typically one of the requirements would be that they didn't have an AC unit, or they had an AC unit that was no longer functioning. And so in this partnership with this other nonprofit, we would be able to register those families and get them a free AC unit installed. And so we had one family in particular that I can think of that the entire house was not air conditioned, but now because they've got this one air conditioning unit in one of the rooms, at least the family is now able to sleep in comfort and have an air conditioned room.
How many people do you serve through your nonprofit?
Well, in this particular program, we had 50 families that we were able to take care of with the AC units. But in general, we take care of over 70,000 neighbors throughout the area. Last year was 71,000. This year, it looks like it's probably going to be somewhere between 70 to 75,000 neighbors that we take care of. Everything through rental assistance, utility assistance, our community outreach, or as you mentioned earlier, our pharmacy program that we have available as well.
Who are the people that are helping you?
Well, we're very, very fortunate to have just, very generous donors, people that just hear about our mission and really want to do something to help out. We've got a fantastic group of 900 Vincentians, which are members of the Society of St. Vincent de Paul, that really do all the brunt of the work that goes on, to be honest with you. They're the ones that receive phone calls from people that are looking for help. And then what's unique about the society is when people call in, we ask them if we can come visit them in their home. So we do home visits. And so we go out in pairs and meet with individuals, affirm them for reaching out to us for help, because it takes a lot of courage for people to say, hey, I need help. I'm at my wit's end. I don't know what else to do. And so they'll meet with them, talk to them, pray with them, ask them, how we can help, and then go back and figure out how we might be able to provide, again, financial resources, other programs, other resources that we might be able to point them to.
Yeah. We have a lot of Latinos that are in this area. Is there ever a language barrier when you're working with those in need?
Sometimes there are. We're fortunate, though, as we continue to grow. We have quite a few large local chapters of the Society of St. Vincent de Paul in large, predominantly Hispanic communities. So we've got quite a few that are Spanish speaking, and there's a growing number of Vincentians actually that are coming from the Hispanic community, which is great. Como Latino, it's good to see that we're trying to take care of all those in need, regardless of language barriers that might exist there.
And of course, the one thing about something like this is there are limits to everything. And
Yeah.
I'm sure it's got to be heartbreaking when you can't serve everybody.
Yeah, a great point, David. And that's something we just have to constantly remind ourselves is that we can't take care of everybody's problem. We're not here to take care of every single individual, but what we are here to take care of is for the one person that comes to us today. And what can we do to help that individual? And a lot of times we find even just listening and talking to somebody, I can't tell you how many times we'll hear from people, the fact that whether you can help or not really is less of an issue. And really it's more, you just were somebody that was willing to listen and talk to me. And you came and listened to my story, and you gave me some hope, gave me some affirmation that I can carry forward. And that toss is just such a big deal for us.
It's a tough time for so many people. And we talk about inflation a lot and just how everything is so expensive. Yeah. One of the things that we've also recently discussed on the KRLD Afternoon News is just the increase of healthcare cost. And so yes, for people who are uninsured or underinsured, and even those insured Texans that the out-of-pocket costs are just so much, being able to adhere to medications that might help them or should help them with their health, sometimes they're not able to take those medications. Let's talk a little bit about your pharmacy and how it works.
Yeah, Kristen, that was actually the genesis behind the launch of the pharmacy program back in 2018. Is when we were doing these home visits, we were finding that people were making decisions between putting food on the table or buying their life-saving medications for chronic illnesses, insulin for diabetes, or high blood pressure, or even mental health medications as well. And so we were able to, working with legislators and just a tremendous amount of effort, we were able to put forth, we were able to get legislation passed that allowed us to create the first freestanding charitable pharmacy in the state of Texas. And so we actually serve the entire state, and we are exclusively focused on helping those that are uninsured. So we realize there's a whole portion of people that are underinsured, but unfortunately, because of the way we're structured and the medications that are donated to us through some of the pharmaceuticals, really our pharmacy is exclusively dedicated to helping the uninsured. And then those that are at a poverty level it's at 300% or below of the federal poverty level, then we're able to provide them with assistance. And this is really free medications that are shipped directly to their home for free of charge, again, for chronic illnesses. You alluded earlier, we passed a significant milestone a couple of weeks back. We're now at about 225,000 prescriptions that we've been able to dispense to patients throughout the state since we began in 2018.
Absolutely phenomenal. How else can we keep a close watch on what's going on with St. Vincent de Paul, and how our listeners can be part of your mission to donate or, time or money?
Yeah, I appreciate that. So folks can get more information, and certainly if they're interested in donating and supporting the mission, they can go to SVDP Dallas, that's St. Vincent de Paul Dallas.org. And we've got plenty of information. We try to maintain a lot of information there. And of course, on social media platforms as well, we've got a great team that keeps us out there and lets people know the work that we're doing.
Back to school is happening right now. People's energy also shifting in their homes with, childcare, trying to get, the kids fed as well. And we're also getting towards that later half of the year. What else is your organization focusing on these next couple of months?
Well, funny that you asked that. So we just had a big backpack drive that we took care of for a number of our study time families. I think it was about 900 families that we were able to provide backpacks to throughout the area. And then starting in September, our study time program will be kicking off. It's 3 different campuses that we have, and study time is for grades K through 8. Helping to provide mentoring and tutoring for students, and really gives them an opportunity then to improve their skills, and then also give them opportunities to apply for scholarships to some of the local private schools that are in the area to help them and give them a heads up and a bump up in terms of education opportunities.
That is Luis Gonzalez. He is the CEO of Society of St. Vincent de Paul, North Texas. Thank you so much for the time today on KRLD.
Thank you very much. God bless you. Appreciate it.